Welcome back, everybody. All right, we're going to go over the injury report and then go over my recommendations for guards, forwards, and centers, like we always do. All right, on Sunday, February 7th, Kevin Love is day-to-day with a calf injury. It looks like he should be coming back sometime this upcoming week, so keep an eye out for that. And then Lauri Markkanen is going to be out till late February, early March with a shoulder injury. Larry Nance is going to be out until late March with a finger injury. And it looks like DeAndre Hunter isn't going to be back for at least 2 months until mid-April. Drew Holiday is just day-to-day with COVID. OG Anunoby day-to-day with a calf injury. James Wiseman is day-to-day with a wrist injury. And moving on to Friday, Marcus Smart should be back sometime late February with a calf injury. And then you have PJ Washington, Wendell Carter, Gary Harris, Mason Plumlee, and D'Angelo Russell are all reported to be day-to-day. All right, moving on to Saturday. Players that are day-to-day, you have Jamal Murray, Will Barton, Paul George, Anthony Davis, LeBron, and then the real GOAT, Alex Caruso, Brandon Clark, Josh Hart, Mitchell Robinson, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Evan Fournier, James Ennis, Cole Anthony, LaMarcus Aldridge, Marvin Bagley, and De'Aaron Fox. And then there's no players out with COVID or players out for extended periods of time. All right, starting with the guards, my recommendations for this week. Michael Carter-Williams, if he's available in your league, I would pick him up. Frank Mason's out. Cole Anthony's still out. And I know he came back, I believe, on Friday, MCW, and he's been balling. So if he's available, pick him up. TJ McConnell and Thomas Satoransky are both guards who come off the bench, but they can get a lot of assists, and they've been playing good for the past week or so. So if they're available, I would pick them up as well. Jalen Brunson's also had another great week. And then you have solid options. Grayson Allen, he's been playing decently lately. The Grizzlies are still kind of battling with injuries, so he may be somebody who's going to shine within the next few weeks. We'll see how that goes. And then players to keep an eye on, Malik Monk, just kind of like I was saying before, if he gets traded, he may get some more playing time or if somebody else gets traded. So I would keep an eye on him until the trade deadline. If he doesn't get moved, then forget about him. Moving on to forwards, you have Josh Hart. He's been playing really good lately, and he can get a lot of rebounds for a guard. And then Kenrich Williams just kind of came out of nowhere. I don't know if he has the starting role from Baisley, but he's been playing like a starter, getting a lot of rebounds. He almost had a triple-double the other night. So definitely a hidden gem right there. Some solid options. You got Josh Jackson on the Pistons, Jae'Sean Tate on the Rockets. He'll probably still be a solid option until Christian Wood comes back. Dorian Finney-Smith has had a pretty good week. James Ennis, the Magic are pretty plagued with injuries, so he's been getting a lot of playing time, but I think he's injured now, so day-to-day probably. So just keep an eye out for that. And then you have Kevin Love, should be back sometime this coming week. So if he's available, I would pick him up. And, I mean, the Cavs are paying him too much to just not play him if he's healthy. So I think he will start getting playing time, and he might get traded. And then Dario Saric as well. He just got back from injury. He played a game, and I think he's hurt again. But I think he fits the Phoenix Suns offense with Chris Paul and Devin Booker. That's a stretch forward who can shoot. So that's definitely somebody to keep an eye out for. So moving on to centers. I don't have any hidden gems. It looks like all the good centers are already picked up. Solid options. You have Paul Millsap has had a pretty good week. Kelly Olynyk as well. And then Jakob Patel on the Spurs have been playing pretty good lately, a little inconsistent, but he's had a few good games last week. Cody Zeller's still been pretty solid. And then players to keep an eye out for. Wendell Carter should be back this coming week or so. He's a starting center, so he should be getting good minutes. And then JaVale McGee, again, if he gets traded or if the Cavs trade away one of their 1,000 centers, he may get some playing time somewhere. So it's another thing to keep in mind. And that wraps up today's video. Thanks for watching. If I missed somebody or if you have any suggestions, please leave a comment below. Other than that, see you guys next week.